Listen, man, the pit bull, Andrei Arlovsky, -110 against Carlos Boy Felipe, man. Now, Andrei Arlovsky, man, this is the ageless wonder. We're talking, he's 3-2 in his last 5. His 2 losses have come against Jairzinho Rozenstruik, where he got knocked out in the first round, and Tom Aspinall, where he got submitted in the second round. And that submission was the first submission loss in his entire career, man, coming at the prime age of 42. So it goes to show, listen, Arlovsky's been around. He's done it all. He's seen it all. And when we're talking about notable wins, I can't even talk notable wins with him. I need to talk about recent notable wins to get a better picture of where we're at. And recently, Arlovsky has wins over Tanner Boser, Felipe Lins, Ben Rothwell, and Chase Sherman, all decision victories. So that's very telling right there. When we're talking about Carlos Felipe, his notable wins in total: Justin Tafa, Yorgan De Castro, Jake Collier. I think Yorgan De Castro is actually no longer in the UFC. He is the champion of a regional scene right now, which goes to show just how good UFC fighters are. And Justin Tafa hasn't had the best luck in the UFC so far. Jake Collier, come on, man. This is a heavyweight turned middleweight, or a middleweight turned heavyweight, or something like that, man. So, listen, let's just say Andrei Arlovsky, intangible experience, as always. However, Carlos Felipe, AJ, one thing that he has made very, very clear in the pre-fight pressers, he says, I don't give a damn about the gatekeeper known as Arlovsky. I'm going to show the man absolutely no respect. And in his fight style, I mean, he's not a very respectful man. This dude brings it. So, who do you like in terms of the contrast on the feet here? Andrei Arlovsky is primarily a boxer these days, and Carlos Felipe, he's not the most technical guy, but he's throwing loopy shots that will knock your goddamn block off, man. Who do you like here?
Yeah, this was actually I agree with the odds on this one, because this one is a lot harder to call for me than just black and white. This is what I'm going for. This is what I like. I like Felipe on the feet so far as the fact that he's talking shit. Yeah. He's saying he gets caught with a shot. He's like, bro, come on, what? Well, I'm here. He'll let you know, man. He's there to scrap. I love that about him. And Andrei Arlovsky, though, man, I can't count out the old dog. I did it. I forgot which fight I did it for. It might have been the Tanner Boser. It might have been the Felipe Lins fight. I forgot which one I picked against him, but don't count this man out. This homeboy is a dog. The pit bull, man, he's for real. And what shows, you pointed it out a little bit, Derek, you need to finish him to get the dub. Yeah. The only way he's losing is by KO. If it's other than that, and he's staying in the pocket and staying in your face, he will keep just outperforming you, outstriking you, and really good look to the judges, man. He can stay solid on the feet. It's hard to say which one I like a little bit more, because they're both very good fighters. Andrei Arlovsky is a little bit more technical of sorts. He's still not the most technical fighter, but Carlos Felipe, he'll just throw those crazy winging shots, and he has the power, but I like him specifically because he's in your face talking shit on that one. Who do you like, Derek?
Well, that's the thing here. I think that Andrei Arlovsky has more of a technical edge here, right? He's a boxer. He mixes it up to the body and to the head very well, works off the feints. He has these dangerous blitzing attacks, which is kind of funny because it's like, dang, you're 42 and you're still pulling out the blitzing attacks. It's very similar to Marreta, man, Thiago Santos, what he used to do back in the day. But that's where he finds a lot of his success here, is he closes the distance very quickly with a bunch of straight punches. Carlos Felipe, I mean, what do we see? What do we say all the time, man? The fastest way to get to point A to point B is in a straight line. Carlos Felipe is not a straight line. He is overhands to the death right there, man. He's coming all the way across, all the way and over, man. Like, it's interesting, but them loopy shots, man, are effective as well, man. And when he lands them, I mean, it inflicts a lot of damage here. However, AJ, Andrei Arlovsky, the big thing that made him so good to me, back in the day, is that he had that wrestling ability and he was able to control the fight and see where he wanted it to go. He has not registered a takedown since September 15th of 2018, AJ. That was a long, long time ago, man. And I believe that was against Shamil Abdurakhimov. So that's like, come on, man. If you're talking about Carlos Felipe, excuse me, when he goes, man. And that's what I love about it, the commitment to his effort. Like, there's no half-assing with the man. He's like, all right, I'm here. I'm ready to scrap. He does have decent, deceptive head movement and evasiveness too, man. A little more than Andrei Arlovsky. So for those reasons, AJ, and the fast hands of Felipe, for those reasons, I'm edging out on Carlos Felipe, man, on the stand-up here. I like him overall in this matchup. I do agree with the odds a little bit. However, I'm not going to lie. I think out of respect to Andrei Arlovsky, maybe he should be a slight favorite with the experience here. You got to give that to the man. When we're talking about significant strikes landed per minute, very similar. I mean, 5 for Felipe, about 4 for Arlovsky, 44% for Arlovsky, 46% for Felipe. No, really, we're not going to the ground on this one, man. 4-1 in his last 5 is Felipe. 3-2 for Andrei Arlovsky. This is what it comes down to, AJ. The winner of this fight, man, gets a little bit of that bump, the boost up into the rankings a little bit. For Andrei Arlovsky, the pressure is on him every single fight, because if he racks up a couple losses back to back, that's it. You're done. You know what I'm saying? Felipe, he's saying, if I get the win over Arlovsky, look at what that does for my career. I mean, look at what that did for Tom Aspinall. Even though for whatever reason he's not getting the same type of promotion and hype that our boy Chris Dawkins is, for whatever reason, they're both just as good in my opinion. But he's not getting that bump up. But a win over Arlovsky could spell real issues, right? You know what I'm saying? Felipe could be in that mix, in that top 15 of like, okay, man, now we got these young guns who are really ready to contend for something. So the big thing here, AJ, is the age. 42 years old is Arlovsky, 26 is Carlos Felipe. With all of those stats, all the numbers aside, who you got for this one and why?
Yeah, man, I really like Felipe as a fighter on this one. Good head movement, super fast hands, and crazy cardio for a big dude that's talking shit to you the whole time. I like him, but honestly, man, I'm going with the wily veteran, man. I'm going with Arlovsky on this one. I'm going Arlovsky by decision. I think he's going to continue that route where you need to be able to finish him to get the dub, and I don't necessarily know if Felipe is he's fast enough and he's good enough to get the finish. I just don't think it's going to happen in this fight against Arlovsky, man. I'm going by decision. Who you got and why?
I just look at it like this, man. If you're Carlos Felipe and 6 of your 11 wins have come via knockout, no submissions, the other 5 are via decision, right? You have not registered a knockout in the UFC yet. Now is the time to do it. Now is the time to really showcase your skill and show why you are not just at the lower level of the prospects coming up in the heavyweight division. Heavyweight division needs stars right now. The heavyweight division needs exciting fighters who are really willing to put it on. Like a Jairzinho Rozenstruik, man. He's had a couple of tough losses recently, man, but if you think about it, he made his mark coming up and just knocking people senseless, right? So Felipe could do that against Arlovsky, man. I honestly think that the star power is going to come. He's funny. He's charismatic. He got the blonde hair, man. He's a big boy who throws bombs. Like, come on. Everything is like setting itself up for Carlos Felipe to have success. Come on. You know what he screams after the third? Boy, what's up? You know, come on, man. So I'm rocking with Carlos Boy Felipe, man. I think that he has the chops to get it done. I would love to see a knockout, but if not a knockout, I do think that this fight goes to a decision, and he'll be able to edge it out, whether it's a split decision or unanimous. It's going to be close, but I do think that Carlos Felipe has the edge here. So I'm going to say knockout, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a very close decision as well, AJ. All right, that's the co-main event, man. And this is another 5-fight main card, man. Interesting. Sometimes I like it just because 6-fight main cards are just, they drag on just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, throw that extra one on the prelim or whatever.